Hello guys, welcome to back our class. Now we talk about for loops in Java and working up loops in Java. Java loops has three sections. The first is declaration and initialization loop control variables. The second section is checking condition, and the third section is incrementing loop control variable or decrement. This is the for loops, and that is the for loops cycle: initialization expressions, test expression. If the condition is false, the loop is exit, and when the condition is true, the compiler come down the loop bodies, and after that update the expressions again and iterate multiple times. When the condition is false, the loop is stopped. We use loop to iterate a part of the program several times. If the number of iteration is fixed, it is recommended to use for other types of loops like simple for loops, for each, enhanced for loops, label for loop. A simple for loop is the same as C and C++. Can initializing the variable, check condition, and increment decrement value. Also, it consists of four parts. The loop has four. The first part of initialization. When I declare a loops, the first part of the loop is initialization and y is equal to 0. This part of is the loop is initialization. The second part of the loop is condition. It is the second condition which is executed each time to test the condition of the loop. It contains execution until the condition is false. It must return boolean value either true or false. It is an optional condition. The second part of loop is condition y less than 10. And the third part of the loop is increment or decrement. Increment or decrement the variable value, it is an optional condition. Y++, this is the third part of the loops. The fourth part of the loop is statement. The statement of the loop is executed each time until the second condition is false. This statement executes until the second condition is false. This statement executed 10 times. When the condition is false, the loop is exit. Test this condition in these loops. I want to run this program. We see the output. 10 times we printed hello. When we want to print a statement 100 times, that is very difficult and have a lot of codes to print 100 times this statement. When we use the loops, that is very simple. Also, we can use the loops for printing multiplication tables. I want to create a multiplication tables, or I want to print numbers. This is the number printed. We print by loops. I want to create a multiplication tables. The initialization statement, I start from 1 and I less than or equal to 10, I++. I want to print the multiplication table of 6. I print I multiply. This is the sixth multiplication table. When I run this program, one error is occurred. We use the parentheses. Now run the program again. This is the sixth multiplication table. 1 times 6 is equal to 6, 2 times 6 is equal to 12, 3 times 6 is equal to 18, 4 times 6 is equal to 24, 5 times 6 is equal to 30, 6 times 6 is equal to 36. Also 10 times 6 is equal to 60. That is the multiplication tables. We use for loop for another printing, arrays, printing lists, printing collections. How to print the I want to print I use another loops. How to print now I want to print this number like that, but use just one loop, not use the two loops. The one side of descending order and the second side of ascending order. We use for that the two initialization statement in the two increment and decrement statement. Comma j is equal to, we start the I from 1 and start the j from 5 because I want to print this statement. The condition is also we change to false because the loop iterate 5 times and the I is plus plus and the j is minus minus. We use the increment and decrement statement and use the two initialization statement. Print I plus space plus j. First I is 1 and j is 5. I is 1. Then check the condition I less than or equal to 5. Yes, the condition is true and the compiler come down and print the I 1 and j 5 because j is 5. After that I plus plus and j minus minus. I now is I is 2 and j is 4. I less than or equal to 5. Yes, the condition is true and print 2 and 4. Let's print this program correct. Same 1 2 3 4 5. This is I and the right side 5 4 3 2 1 is j. We use for loops to print part of codes several times.